Welcome back to Dicing with Death, everybody.
Then pry it from my cold, dead claw.
Bum, bum, bum.
Ah! Actually, that's not a very manly hobgoblin scream, is it?
Roll me some
Cue up
initiative.
Cue up the Clash of Kings.
Oh, it's coming.
What's
Here
the
it
initiative for my spine spear?
6.
Actually, I'm casting a spell.
What's
3?
Okay, I just need initiative for Battle Axe.
So I basically shouted that. Like I was speaking in hushed tones with him before, but I shouted that at the top of my lungs. Probably even the "You dare defy Verossi,"
Mm-hmm.
and like draw the attention of all of the hobgoblins within earshot. Do I go before him?
I'm just looking up the weapon speed of Battle Axe because I don't remember off the top of my head. Axe battle speed is 7. He goes at 10. You go at 4. You go first.
All right. I command die. And
Oh shit.
with
He makes a saving throw versus spell, natural 1. He tumbles off of his horse and lands on the ground unconscious.
for a minute.
For 1 minute.
I spook the. I don't know. I like nudge the horse out of the way as I staff burning in my right hand. I
Wait a minute. He gets an attack of opportunity when you cast a spell in melee range.
He does. No, he doesn't. He gets if he hits me while casting a spell, it interrupts it. There's no opportunity attack. I don't think.
Yeah, I think you and I have gone back and forth on this a lot because we don't remember and it's nowhere in the rules.
Yeah, I don't think the rules. I don't think the rules say anything about attacks opportunity for spells, but I think maybe you've house ruled that it happens.
Yeah, because if you're in the middle of combat and someone's like, "Hold on, I'm going to cast a spell, buddy."
He would still have been surprised, right? If he.
No, because the
he had failed.
surprise round was over. I'm going to give him an attack of opportunity.
All right.
Because you are just standing before him chanting.
Yeah. It's not. I mean, it's a one-word spell. It's a one.
That's true.
AC 14.
He does whap you with his battle axe. You take 7 points of damage as it chunks into you, and you need to make some sort of saving throw.
At this, I think. I mean, I don't know. At this point, we're going off book.
Yeah.
Like, I think by the rules, as default, if you take damage when you're casting a spell, it's just interrupted. Mm-hmm. But I also don't think there's tax opportunity for spell casting.
Right, but there should be.
I don't know.
Any damage interrupts your spell?
By core rules, but you've ruled save versus death in the past.
Oh, I did say he rode off a little bit, didn't I? When you hit him with the spear. I guess you were no longer in melee range.
Okay, so then
damn it! All right, no attack of opportunity. He falls unconscious, drops to the ground.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Does the horse keep on riding?
Yes, the horse goes in the direction that it was being led before he falls, and eventually slows to a stop a few feet away, dozens of feet away.
I raise my flaming spine overhead, and casually stride towards him over that round, tossing one claw and then the other, and commanding them with my mind to crush his bone. I probably say it out loud even as I'm commanding with my mind. Yeah. Crush his bones to dust.
You get those. You toss them on the ground and give the order as he wakes to consciousness.
And I guess let's roll initiative for. Do the claws go before?
No, they're deployed and ready to go on your next round of initiative.
So I don't know. You can decide if both me and the claws go this round, or if.
Yes, you and the claws go this round. Roll me an initiative, please.
15. The claws may be slightly better, but still like a 9.
Okay. He goes first. He gets to his feet, mumbles, What sorcery is this? Silac, I shall have your head. Steps forward, swings his axe with both his hands. It whiffs in the air before you. kind of harmless. On your turn, your claws leap at him from the ground, grasping him on his neck and his bicep. Yes, he is armored, so they do d4 damage.
Clawing at whatever bear skin they can find for 4 points of damage.
You notice that a half mile away, the other hobgoblins, led by Garth, have broken into a run towards your lines.
Mm-hmm.
Your hobgoblins are a little bit broken and confused. They're holding their position. Some of them are looking at you. Some of them are getting ready for the charge of the enemy coming at them. Is that your attack with your spear?
Yeah. So I bring this flaming spine as a quarterstaff across Hammerhead's face. I hammer the Hammerhead.
Give me d6 plus d4.
Probably not a crit. No,
it's not a crit.
But d6 plus d4 max damage.
The tip of the spear just like slices through his face, dislodging half of his jaw, which now hangs below his face as he tumbles backwards into the ground. His beard, his face is, all the hair on his face is singed off.
I stop to reach down and grab a hold of the jaw that's like partially severed and yank it free as I go striding towards the lines of hobgoblins about to crash.
Okay.
I leave the claws probably to continue to tear at the body until the last pulse of blood trickles from it. So I go running to the lines. How far off is Garth and Spikefoots?
They were a half mile at the start of the round.
Okay.
And they are breaknecking towards you guys, giving war cries as they go.
I run to the front of my ranks, holding flaming spine in one hand and the lifeless jaw of the chieftain in the other.
There's a pause, and then your tribe starts chanting, Sarlacc! 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 Sarlacc!
Hold! Hold! And I try and get out in front of my ranks and stop Garth before he gets there. So I command the hobgoblins to hold. I hope to God they do.
How do you stop
Garth? I'm shouting, waving, Garth, stop! And I've got a burning spine in my hand. I wish I had the kid with me.
Sniffer?
To mediate the situation. Yeah, Sniffer could have made everything a lot better. But I do have his disembodied hand.
Okay. Garth, he and his troops are running forward. Exactly how are you doing this?
I'm telling my ranks to stop, or to hold. I shouted them to hold, and then I just go running towards.
Okay. So you run out ahead of everyone else on your own.
Yeah.
Okay.
On my own. I'm flailing. I probably should have hopped on the horse first, but I didn't think I had time.
All right. So you run out. Everything flaming. You see a lone warg rider who was kind of in the back breaks through the front lines and comes at you at full speed, well ahead of everyone else. You recognize Garth on his back.
On the back of the warg? Or
yeah, on the back of the warg.
So Garth was on the side. Was Garth on it, overlooking the battle?
No, he was in the back of the battle and is moving forward now. On the warg.
Okay. Oh, but he doesn't. Okay, but he's still charging with his men.
Yeah, no, he's charged well ahead of all of his men.
Oh, this is still a few minutes.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, it's gonna be a few minutes before we. Okay, so this is fine. How far away is the horse? How? What's the scale we're talking about? How far?
You've ran a minute away from the horse already. So you could run a minute back to get the horse and then come out here. But, you will meet up with Garth if you continue running for 1 minute. Because he's on, a nice fast forward.
I continue running towards Garth.
All right. You guys meet in the middle. Garth looks to you and says...
Flaming staff in the earth.
He comes up to you, starts to circle around. Go ahead.
He circles around, and as I'm monologuing to him, stop this madness. The same blood courses through our veins. We are brothers. And I toss the jawbone at his feet. I guess he's continuing to circle.
He circles and says, what is the meaning of this battle, Psylocke? I thought we were allies.
I should ask you the same question. What is this madness that has been fought?
Your men killed my scouts. We were coming in peace, and they destroyed some of us. And then they lined up for battle.
You burned our fields. These are our lands.
We need supplies for the march.
And I try and gesture between me and him.
His troops are getting closer. You have 2 minutes to resolve this battle before the armies clash. Go.
I mean, I think that's what I've been doing. I mean, does Garth not say? Is he just continuing to circle?
He is slow. Yeah, he continues to ride in a circle around you, not stopping his momentum.
Garth, call off your men. The humans are our true enemies.
Blood must be played with blood.
I gesture to the jawbone at the on the ground, lying a few feet from me. Hammerhead is dead. The Firebrand are mine. They are yours to lead in battle against the humans if you will stop this madness.
Will you raise the Spikefoot flag above your own?
It is done.
He pulls a horn from this, not quite the saddle, but from beside him, gives a toot on it, and his men slow to a stop. They don't stop their war cries. His tribe, I think we said it's 60 strong. Mm-hmm. It's bigger than your tribe.
Yeah. Okay. That makes it a little better.
Yeah. Now they slow to a stop, still banging their weapons together and giving cries and shouts. Your men are holding positions, but also banging their gear together, giving cries and shouts. And Hammerhead rides back to his people. Or not Hammerhead, Garth rides back to his people.
Garth. No more Hammerhead.
Mm-hmm.
Took a hammer to that head. So I turn and walk back to my people, catching my breath, letting the flaming spine fall limply to my side.
Still on fire?
Still on fire.
Okay.
I start to push my way through my ranks towards the horse.
Your men look at you confusedly, and they ask, "What is happening? Is there to be battle?"
So I think there was an awkward moment as I pushed past the men, and they were like, "What's going on? Is there to be battle?" And I was like, "Yes, glorious battle in the east with the humans, as I saw in my visions."
What of these Spikefoot? These weak hill clans?
They will march behind us, and behind them the giants. And from the waters the fishmen of the deep will rise and bring down the wrath of Varasi on all of these puny men. I'm saying this as I'm mounting up onto the horse. Hopefully the horse isn't misbehaving. I don't have a horse riding proficiency.
It's chill. Give me a charisma check.
Oh fuck.
There's a reason that you're not supposed to be the chieftain.
There's a reason yeah.
Oh god.
I command my claws to leap onto my horse, or leap to me, leap onto my shoulders. I can leap 15 feet.
Okay. They leap to your shoulders.
The men are not happy with this.
They have burned our villages, raided our sheep. It will not stand. Blood for blood.
Defied the will of Varasi. I point to Hammerhead's corpse, which has just been utterly brutalized. His face seared open and his flesh torn to pieces. Who dare defy me?
The man who was asking, the hobgoblin who was asking, steps
just
forward and says, I will not follow a weak leader. Silac, your time has come to an end. And steps forward, his axe drawn. Another hobgoblin steps up with him and says, we will not follow the weak. And you roll initiative.
RD10 plus we're just doing claws this round. 1. So I just like point to the two-pronged fingers. Point to, you said 2 step forward or 3?
2 step forward.
All right, I point to the 2, and a claw leaps at each of them.
Okay.
Going straight for the choke
well,
out.
you definitely go first on that. Make me some rolls to hit.
Yeah. A 3 and an 18.
18 is a hit.
Is it a crit?
It is not a crit. They are wearing leather armor. Does that do d6? Because it's metal armor that does.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, leather armor. Leather. How does it not clear by 5 if it's leather armor?
Because leather armor is AC 12. Oh.
Even if he has a shield, that's still a crit, right?
Yeah. No, that is a crit.
Does he have a shield?
No.
All right.
No. Yes, he does have a shield, but it's still a crit.
Yeah. 7 points of damage.
It lands on him, goes up to his face, gouges out his eyes, and just like crushes his face. His nose breaks, blood spills everywhere. He drops
I shout,
to the ground.
"How many more souls for Varasi?"
The other one, oblivious to his friends falling, the claw leapt at him. He ducked out of the way, comes up next to you, swings his axe at you. It chunks into your leg for 4 points of damage.
I turn my horse to face him and growl at him. You said 4 points of damage?
Yes. Please roll me initiative.
Yeah. My voice is a little hoarse, otherwise I would roleplay the growl. Too much hobgoblin voice. 10.
You go first. They go at 11.
All right.
Battle axes are slow.
The claw continues to choke the life out of the unconscious hobgoblin.
Give me a roll with the other claw. It gets back attack on this one. Makes
11,
it 13.
12.
Back attack. Yeah, so it grabs this guy.
Yeah. For 2 points of damage.
All right. It gets a hold of his leg as it digs deep in.
I thrust with my spear, but to no avail.
Yeah. He swings his axe at you again. The others are watching. The axe collides once more into you,
Takes
hacking deeply for another 4 points of damage.
All right. Initiative.
Potentially the last round of initiative.
Yeah, this is getting dicey. An 8. As
You go first.
I'm casting Cure Light Wounds. You can take an opportunity attack.
Yes, but go ahead and make your claw attack first.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I am such a lenient DM.
Well, it should go first. It's faster than me.
Yeah.
D20, a 10 plus 1 is 11, but that's not going to
Plus
do it.
2 for back attack.
Oh, plus 2. So that should do it.
Yeah, 12 is a hit. Yeah, because his shield does not count for back attack.
Or on top of the 2, bring it to 6.
The claw gets to the guy's neck and just crushes it. The guy drops to the ground as blue light surrounds you and you heal yourself for 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage.
The other hobgoblins shift their positions a little bit, look nervously between each other, and fall in line.
I probably shout at them for a few minutes, like I'm further cementing my poor charisma. Like, You dare defy the will of Verasi! Just like over and over again.
The spiked
Are
foot.
there any? And there's probably like 3 minutes of me like pointing out, like, do you want to fight me? Do you want to fight me? I'm your chieftain, damn it! All right.
Everyone
Mind my rights. Yeah.
concedes to you.
This is actually probably how it usually goes when there's a change of power, right?
Yeah.
You don't just kill the leader. You've got to kill those loyal to him.
It's difficult.
An opportunity to rise up. So I'm still panting and shouting at my men, probably as the spiked foot.
Garth approaches you by himself. The Spikefoot clan is maybe I don't know, 200 yards away at this point, 100 yards away at this point. Garth rides out towards you and kind of waits at the halfway point between your two armies.
Hold. I grumble under my breath to my men as I gallop to meet Garth.
Okay.
Do we have a banner?
You do have a banner.
Mm-hmm.
Garth comes towards you with the spiked foot banner in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
You meet on top of your mounts in the middle of your two armies, in the middle of your two clans.
Yeah. Is the banner attached to the horse, or do I have to carry, or does it have to be carried?
It would be carried in hand.
So how was Hammerhead dealing with it before the duel?
He didn't carry the banner himself. He had a standard bearer.
Okay.
Yeah. So you would take this and then you would give it to your standard bearer who is already back on your troop.
Mm-hmm. So I guess I would pick up the standard as I rode out to meet him.
Sure. The two of you meet in the middle. Garth looks to you and says, "It seems you have taken control of your tribe."
Yeah, I've got my staff sticking uncomfortably in my waist, not aflame at this point.
Okay.
A banner like leaning against my left shoulder in my left hand.
What happened to Sniffer and your slave?
I'm panting, and I still have like that fight or flight. I just like give him the death stare as we like ride out and meet face to face. Their souls are sacrifice. I reach into my bag and pull out the stump of Sniffer's hand. Sniffer was a brave child. He died a man. He died twice for the cause. It is quite the tale that I will tell someday. And I guess I shove the hand back into back to the pouch. I reach out my right hand like to clutch his in like a forearm shake if he'll take it. But then again, I have 6 charisma, so maybe
give me a charisma check there. Yeah.
D 20 plus 6. 19.
Oh, so close.
So I extend my right hand.
He
showed
extends his standard towards your hand, as if for you to take his standard.
Blood has been shed on both sides. Souls have been rended from their bodies. I'm taking I take the standard in my right hand and transfer it to my left. I mean, it's not like it's simple to reattach it to a shaft, right?
Well, I mean, no, it's already attached to a staff, like a shaft. So,
yeah, but I've got my own. I've now got 2 shafts.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So I'll transfer it to my left hand, and I'll make sure that the spike foot standard winds up taller.
Okay, so you're holding both in one hand. The spike foot one is
both in one hand, both in my left hand, with the spike foot one a little higher. As I was saying, blood has been shed on both sides, souls rended from their bodies. I extend a hand. It is time to end the fighting amongst ourselves and bring this arrow down upon the men.
He nods slowly in agreement.
I've got my hand awkwardly hanging out there before him.
He takes your hand and shakes it slowly with a look of caution in his eyes.
How far away are both the armies?
50 yards.
Mm-hmm. 50 yards. So they're well within shouting
Yes.
range. All right. I shake his hand and then I break away and start to like circle on my horse with the standards in my hand. I make carefully sure to have the spiked foot higher.
Okay.
And I shout so that hopefully both armies can hear. Proclaim. On this day, two great hobgoblin tribes, the Spiked Foot and the what is my the Firebrand, come together. We have sealed this bond in blood. Many of our brothers have died so that this day may come, but that comes to an end. On this day, we ride together under Varasi against the races of men to take what is ours. Spikefoot, Firebrand, and I circle back towards what's his name, Garth. And as I start to move towards him, I'm going to affix I'll remove the Firebrand flag from its shaft, and affix it to the.
A growl goes up amongst your men
Mm-hmm.
as you affix the Firebrand flag below the Spikefoot flag.
Yeah.
Your tribe growls and yells, and they seem very displeased with this display.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I affix it to the other. It's simple enough to affix to the other staff.
It takes a few moments, but it can be done.
All right, I hand Garth the two banners, and then what does he do with it?
He takes it and waves his troops forward, and eventually the two groups merge into one.
I was checking to see if he'd make a gesture, but I light my spine aflame and hold that overhead as my own banner.
Your two tribes come together, and there's some clear animosity between the two sides. They don't really intermix, but they do join up. And
I think Silak is over talking. Like he's got this like taste of leadership, and he's like trying too hard. So as they're coming together, like, you feel that animosity? That's good. Point that against the humans, and I'm like, continuing to talk and trying to inspire, and it's
not really working. You can feel the tension between the two tribes in the air, but between your recent slaying of hobgoblins and Garth's good control over his group, the two sides do not fight.
And I think eventually we make our way towards the shore.
You do. You make your way towards the shore. You set up camp. Yep. You build a great bonfire, and the sun sets, actually, because that was near evening. Not quite evening, but near evening.
Yeah, and since my tent was the first there, it's probably I think I picked the most prominent spot. So somehow there was a hill above mine where
because you were on the beach, right?
Oh,
and that the whole cliffside is bluffy.
Okay, yeah. All right, so I guess there's no prominent spots on the beach, are there?
There's the good spot, like on the high section of the sand next to the cliff.
Right in front of the massive roaring bonfire.
Right.
And I start collecting wood, and I command men to collect wood, and they probably don't always obey. But
it's a mess.
It's a mess.
But you guys build.
There's probably two camps set up, like with a big dividing line in the center. Like there's probably my tent with the roaring bonfire, and then two camps on either side.
Garth sets up his tent next to yours in an attempt to unify the two tribes, but your tribe takes the west side, his tribe takes the east side. There is a clear divide between the two. There's like a 15-foot path of no man's land in between the two tribes, except for your two tents.
How are we doing for rations? For food?
Their tribe is really well stocked. They've been raiding and pillaging and just taking everything. So they've got great supplies. Your tribe is doing the typical, eating as they go, living off the land sort of way. So you've got food for a couple of days, but you'll need
Okay.
to go take some.
Yeah, I'll approach Garth at some point and tell him you must have a great feast this night. Cement this bond with shared meat.
Okay. He agrees, and a feast is started. The night goes as well as you could expect for two.
How's our vodka supply? Got that
Pretty
distillery
good,
rating.
actually.
Yeah.
When you mentioned sharing your vodka with them, there is another uproar. It's
So hopefully the meat in exchange for the vodka is, although the Firebrand probably feels like it's their meat that they're getting back in the first place. So there's probably more than a few fistfights that night, but hopefully, having just witnessed the carnage that I wrought upon a couple of hobgoblins, being outnumbered, that the men will behave.
It's not a good night. You try and get a feast going, and you can't tell if it brings you guys closer together or tears you apart more. As you said, the Firebrands are upset because they're just getting their own food back. They don't want to share their alcohol. The Spiked Foot are saying that they have more numbers and they're better, so that they should get whatever they want. And that, look, the Spiked Foot flag is higher, which produces a fight. It gets put down, but 2 hobgoblins die in the process. And the slaves of the Firebrand tribe are destroyed. Almost all of them.
By
Spiked Foot people. And then one of those Spiked Foot guys dies, and then a Firebrand guy dies, and it's a mess. There's bloodshed, and come morning, the tensions are still high. The tribes are together, and they're working together, but they do not like each other. And
I probably try to play diplomat for a little ways into the night, and eventually just say fuck it and go to bed. And I probably hear about this shit in the morning.
Yeah. That morning,
I will memorize spells. Damn, I need some holy water so I can bless my troops. Let's swap out. Let's keep rememorize Cure Light Wounds, rememorize Command, replace No Time with. I really want fucking holy water. So hard being a backwoods priest.
what spells are you replacing? How many are you just overriding?
Nothing. I'm not replacing anything. These have been cast. I'm trying to. I want to purify food and drink and eat the brains, but I think I'll save that until after the battles are done. So let's just do another Cure Light Wounds.
Cool. That morning, one of your sergeants, I guess is what you would call them. I don't really know the technical term. One of your hobgoblins comes to you and says that they spotted raiders that night scouting out what the fire was. Horseback riders from Redport. They were driven off but not slain because they were on horseback. But it is clear that Redport knows that there's a large meeting of hobgoblins on the beach. They are aware of it.
Yeah. I'm not the battlefield tactician here.
Yeah.
Strategist. I'm the fire starter.
Okay.
So for me, I probably think this is good news. I'm like, great. Let them know we are coming. Let them see the flames on the horizon. Smell the smoke in the air. And I start talking to myself in my own little world, and the messenger's like, okay.
You got the rest of the day is awkward. It's pretty much just spending the whole day putting out fires and getting the tribes not to kill each other until maybe around noon, little afternoon, when giants are spotted coming towards you.
Yeah,
people are a little bit worried, but you manage to, let them know that hey, these are our giants. It's cool.
Yeah, I've been talking up the giants. Mm-hmm. How many days do I think it's been?
You can try and do the math, but this is roughly it's today or tomorrow. It's somewhere around here,
Yeah, I hope is there a barrel of vodka that I can grab?
Yes, there was some vodka, not a lot. There's like like a mini keg of vodka
How
left.
far was the distillery? Was just a little ways south of here, right?
Yeah, but how long does it take to distill vodka? Isn't
Um,
that a long process? Like weeks,
the
months?
fermentation is weeks, and then distillation is it's like hours. I mean, it's
Oh,
you boiling off the ethanol. No, so it's the
hmm.
fermentation that takes a while. But and but I'm assuming there's probably more active. Like we've been keeping the distillery intact so that we can milk it. I was just
Hmm.
contemplating
Okay.
gifts from giants. But I'll take at least like a barrel of vodka and like maybe if there's like a piece of meat, like I can bring food, bring like a sheep. So
Sure.
like was there like a sheep on a spit?
Sure.
I probably get
This
some looks from the men as I like start to like taking the rations. But
the
fuck 'em.
four giants approach. You see
Yeah.
the
So
woman who
I
is in charge, her
mhm.
two husbands, and her daughter, who is not fully grown. Instead of being 14 feet tall, she's only 10 feet tall.
I guess I never went into the cave.
Mm-mm.
So there's now five of them, right?
Four of them.
So
Because
we're
the
missing a
woman, her
man.
two husbands, and her child.
She had three husbands.
Then there's five.
One. Okay, so they all show up. Yeah, there was. I probably have it written down, but it
I could
was.
have sworn there were just two, but okay.
No, let me check if I. Yeah, I even got their names: Smash, Thrash, and Slash.
You are right.
And Bash is the chieftain, and there's a daughter.
Yes. Who fights as a hill giant.
All right. Okay. I will shout to the men in Hobgoblin. Ah, our goddess approaches. And then I like ride out to Bash
Okay.
on horseback with a sheep and a keg awkwardly, and my staff awkwardly shoved in my belt, just sort of. And then does Garth come with, or is he hanging back?
No,
at
he's
camp?
busy trying to like keep the tribes from killing each other.
Okay. Right. I ride out to meet them and shout in giant. Ah, Bash slash Thrash and
Smash.
Smash. Yeah, I was pulling up my character sheet to check. And Smash. It pleases me to see that you have arrived. Come, feast, drink, prepare for battle. It is chaos in the camp, but soon that chaos will descend upon the men. Do they take the sheep and keg away from me?
They do. They
Right.
eat the sheep very quickly. The keg goes instantly. But they seem
How do
pleased by your offerings.
they seem pleased,
Yes, they seem very pleased that you have brought them offerings as they showed up.
and that I speak their language.
Yes.
Then I guess I won't do like a weird showing with the staff. We'll see. We'll see if they need morale boosting.
Okay.
I gesture them to make themselves to join the camp, make themselves at home. And I'm going to see about getting food. Does Bash have anything to say, or is that like the end of our?
I mean, there's a conversation, but it's not crucial to the storyline.
All right. So I basically tell them to make themselves at home and to eat everything, and then I immediately go to the hobgoblins and I'm trying to organize like a raid to get some fucking food, or probably go talk to Garth about getting more rations.
Okay. Cool. So the day passes.
How does that? Is Garth seem concerned? Is he like, yeah, no problem?
He sends out some people to go get the raid. There's an argument about whether the Firebrands or the Spikefoot should do it. Eventually, they end up sending the Firebrands because it's their territory and they're going to raid it if anyone's going to raid it. It's just a bunch of like really annoying bullshit. You feel that your grip on these tribes is very loose. Like pretty much anything could break it, but they're held together for now.
Mm-hmm.
More scouts from Redport are spotted, and the hobgoblins are getting ready for war.
Yeah. At some point, I'll tell the giants to start collecting their boulders.
Yeah,
If they aren't already doing so.
Yes, they have come with bags with boulders. They are ready for war. And we go to the next day, where the Kuatoa show up at high tide. They leak out of their water en masse. There are tons of these fuckers. They're everywhere. How many are there actually?
Probably 20 to 200, just like hobgoblins.
There must be like 80 of these fishmen. There's a lot. Like there's more hobgoblins, but there's a lot of fishmen that come out of the sea, and you can't tell if there's more behind them. Like there could be more in the water.
I try to gather the chieftains if I can. So I try to, if I can find Garth and Bash, I would like to.
There is a meeting of chieftains. All 4 of you come together on the beach. And the Kuatoa leader says, "We are here at the right time for the tides. The oceans shall be ours. The lands shall be yours." Whoa.
This is done. Does he say this in common?
No, yes. He was speaking common before, right?
He was speaking common before, yeah. But Bash doesn't speak common, if I recall. Does Bash seem... I don't know.
I don't remember. Go ahead. What do you say?
It pleases me to see you again. You and your Kuatoa are a welcome addition to our army. The men will fall, and the seas will be yours, as they always were. Yeah, I don't have the name of a chieftain, just Kuatoa.
Yeah, you probably couldn't pronounce the name, even if you knew it.
Does Bash speak the common tongue? Is it obvious to me, or is it?
It sounds like she kind of understands what's being said when you speak in common, but has no idea what the fish is saying. There seems to be maybe like a little bit of understanding.
Yeah. So I produce my bone staff and drive it between us, and set it aflame. And this is probably the first time that Bash and the Kuatoa have seen this. My claws like scurry impatiently as I like try to think of the words to say.
Well,
we come.
Oh, go ahead.
I was like, wait, I don't know. I think that was me, like role play. It seemed like Garth was going to say something, and I was like, like making awkward eye contact with the other chieftains. We come here on this day to unite our forces beneath the shared banner of Arasi. We are all monsters wielding death in our claws, in our teeth, in our blades. And the races of men will crumble before us. We will take what is ours, the land, and I point to the hobgoblins and the mountain giant, and I translate into giant, the land, and the sea. I say in giant, and then I translate into common, the sea. Redport will fall. I have seen it in the flames. And if I take my hand off the staff, does it stay burning?
It
I leave
does.
It sticking in the sand. Okay.
You don't know how long it will stay burning for, but for all the duration that you have let it go so far, it does stay burning. So at least a minute, but...
All right. So I will... so I leave the staff burning in between us. We've probably got like a loose circle, like 3 land dwellers on the shore, waves laughing against our feet, and the Kuatoa in the waves. And like leaving the staff between us, I put my hands awkwardly out to the side. I don't know if anyone's going to take them, but like we could form a ring with our hands if
it doesn't happen.
It does
not happen.
They're not feeling it.
They're really not feeling it.
Right. And I start mumbling into a prayer, like Goddess above, and I look up at Bash's breasts and look up to the sky. Arasi, our queen, smile upon us in battle. Bring swift death upon our foes, and see that we live to die another day. And then I go ahead, I cast a Cure Light Wounds on myself, but I try and make it seem like it was part of the blessing ritual.
Sure.
I don't have any spells that would actually bless the situation. So
Yeah.
I start chanting arcane words and I surround myself in blue light. I look stronger and more confident in my flesh.
How much HP do you heal? Do you even need healing?
1.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually at like half HP.
Okay.
I was beaten pretty bloody. Did any of them say anything? Because
Nothing really. There's kind of like an awkward silence, and then Garth
like,
says, I think we should launch our attack tomorrow at dawn. Or perhaps tonight. How good are your eyes, mountain men? He says in Giant. The giants say, our eyes do not matter. We are taller and larger. We will crush anything in our path, day or night, sun or darkness.
Just before dawn it is then. As the sun rises in the east, let it ignite the flames in Redport and bring death upon our foes.
So you guys create a battle plan. The Kuo-toa can only come from the ocean, so they're going to come from the ocean. That's literally all they can do. I guess they could come over land, but they're not going to have that shit. They're going to come out of the sea from the dock side. You and the other guys are going to come from the other side and just like sandwich and crush.
Yeah, if it doesn't come up, I'll suggest that the giants throw their boulders and attempt to break down the walls, and we hobgoblins charge through.
Yep. These things are all agreed upon. And I think this is where we will call it for this week.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how we're going to handle the big battle next week, because large war battles are always a mess and really not fun to play through.
It's basically a math exercise for the DM.
Yeah.
So you can think about how we want to handle it. Like if you can like one way to do it would be like do like mini encounters with just what Silac doing throughout this big battle, and resolve the battle separately with your behind the GM screen rules.
We'll figure out how to deal with this next week. But let's do some experience, because I think you might want some of this.
I do. And if it wasn't clear, I want the battle to start as early as possible where I can still get spells the next day.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Okay. You also killed 2 other hobgoblins, so plus 80. And you know what? Let's give you a little bit more for securing yourself as chieftain. And let's just round that to an even 2,700 experience for all things
total
done today. Yes.
All right.
So that's 1,350 for each class.
Yeah. 2098 plus 1350. Brings me to 3. So I think I'm leveling up as both classes. 3448 as a priest. Times 1.1. 3793 as a thief.
Yes, that is a level up for priest, and I believe for thief as well. So you should be a level 3 of both things.
Yeah.
So give me another d6 plus d8 divided by 2.
I think I get 15 con. 5.5.
Okay.
Plus, and I had 11.5 before.
So that brings you to 17?
Let me keep that 0.5. Yeah, 17. I was at 8 out of 11, so let's scale the HP. What's that?
So you should also get a +1 to hit at this point.
Yeah, do I get plus? How does it work with 2 classes? Do
you take the
Thaco
of whatever's better.
Okay, yeah. Whatever's better. Okay, so
you get a +1 here, and then at next priest level, you'll get a +1 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I was about to
I
look up
probably
something.
get some proficiencies, but we'll figure that out. I'll go ahead and do
Weapon
my...
proficiency would be very nice right now, wouldn't it?
It would. I think... I don't know. I'm going to do my thief skills.
No, you need level 4 priest and level 4 rogue to get another weapon proficiency.
Okay.
You
What about
do get a
non-weapon?
non-weapon right now.
All right. 30. So I'm doing 15 into hide and shadows, 15 into move silently.
Okay.
Maybe climbing would have actually been good to do. We'll get to that later. I do get a non. I'm probably going to start working on something like anatomy. I don't know if there's a thing for that. Maybe it would just be healing.
Yeah, I would do a healing proficiency.
Corpse lore. So I've got 1/2 of a healing proficiency.
Mm-hmm. Sure, as long as you mark it as such.
Yep. And I think that's all of the things. I do now have...
Oh, you get second level spells. Yeah.
Which I'll think about before next session. Great timing.
Do please send me your spheres of influence so I can make your spell list.
For the second time I've sent it to you. But
sure. Oh, did you already send it to me? Oh god, I'm the worst DM in the world.
No need to look in the... You're a better DM to everyone but me. You give me too much credit. Too long of a leash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send it to you on Skype.
Cool.
All right, I think we're good. Shoutouts time. What's
Shoutouts
going on
time.
in your stream?
Well, in like 2 or 3 hours, I'm going to be doing cartography. We're going to do some map making. The new Misclicks campaign is going to be starting pretty soon.
Ooh, can we get any hints on what's going down there, or is that all still under wraps?
Let's just say that it's going to be taking place in the area that we will be cartographing today.
Ooh,
it's all taking place on this large island.
That's even better. A plug for both your shows at once.
That's all I can say. Let's see. We also have Hardcore Heroes coming up, which is a new D&D show that probably won't start until December or January, but it is open applications to anybody in the world. If you want to apply to be on Hardcore Heroes, check out the Reddit thread on reddit.com/r/Koivu. The name is Hardcore Heroes for a reason. It is going to be a brutal and difficult campaign. If a player dies, they are off the game and off the show. They're gone. Like if a character dies, their player's gone. So we're taking applications, and then we're actually going to do auditions on stream, and then we'll take the 4 players that make it through the auditions properly, or win the auditions, or however you want to call it, and then we'll play with them until they die.
We'll kill them off in an hour, and
possibly
the end of the show.
It might happen that way. I hope not. I hope that they last for a while. And the other bit of information I want to pass on is the announcement of my 150-hour stream, which I know
150 hours. That's crazy. You'll die.
I'm gonna die. That's 6 days and 6 hours, and I believe we're gonna start on November 18, and we will go until November 24. So that's a long time. But that's the plan, everybody.
GLHFDD.
Yeah. So you can find all information on these things.
Shenanigans?
Oh, yeah, the Shenanigans this Sunday. That's right. 10 a.m. Pacific time, as always. We've got Ryan and Rob playing for sure. I don't know about the others yet. And if you need information on any of these things, you can always check my Twitter or my subreddit. The Twitter is @Koivu, right? Yeah, @Koivu0, and the Reddit is r/Koivu. And of course, VODs will be up on YouTube, which is youtube.com/Koivu0 as well. And I think that's it for me. Ryan, you got anything to say?
No. Thanks for watching. Blessings of the goddess upon all of you.
All right. Farewell, everybody. Good night and goodbye.
Vorasi.